Hi poets, I'm Kay Spivey, and today I thought I would go ahead and do what all the booktubers are doing and do a tag. So the tag I wanted to do today is the books I will probably never read. I first saw Ariel Bissett do this. I will link her video down below as well as the original tag, which comes from Little Spider 9. So the first one is a really hyped book that you're not really interested in reading. There are a lot of those. I actually don't really fall into the hyped book thing. I tend to read books after they've been out for quite a while. I'm not really good at being like the first one there, which makes me not a very good booktuber, I guess. I'm sorry. But one book that was really highly hyped that I've passed by in the store a whole bunch and just had no interest in picking up, even though it's kind of in a genre that I would think I'd be really interested in, is The Girl on the Train by Paula Hawkins. A whole bunch of my friends read it, there's a movie out about it, everyone was talking about it for a long time, and it kind of wasn't on my personal radar, I guess. A series you won't start or won't finish reading, and I feel like it's gonna be obvious to some people, but Twilight. I read the first Twilight book, I read Twilight when I was in college because someone tweeted a picture of Tyler Lautner and he is damn fine. Or he was in that picture. I went ahead and read the first book, and while I was reading it, I couldn't stop. I loved it, I was really into it. A lot of things were bothering me like line level wise, but overall I was really into it. And then I got to the last little section where she realized she forgot a plot. And once I put that book down, I didn't have any interest in picking up any others of the series. And then I kept hearing things about them, and I'll never finish it. I also saw the first movie, couldn't believe it was worse than the book, and I won't continue reading those. That's not my cup of tea. Or classic you're not really interested in reading. I actually love classics. I know they're really hard to read, but I've read a ton of them already. Some books are classic because the person who wrote them was very prominent at the time and they've just sort of stayed with the canon. A lot of them had a lot of influence. Some of them really are very, very interesting, and so I really like classics. As you can probably tell, some classics are some of my favorite books of all time, but one that I started reading and was assigned for high school of all things, my senior high school book that I will not read. I started it and I basically got through the first section and won't finish it ever, is Native Son by Richard Wright. I have really, really strong feelings about it. There is no reason that high schoolers should have been reading that book to begin with. It's a book about a character who gets worse and worse and worse. It's very, very graphic. There's a lot of violence, abuse, sexual assault. High schoolers shouldn't have been reading it. I actually spoke with someone who read it, who did Native Son as their college thesis, and they agreed that the book pretty much is lacking in a lot of literary value. And if you feel otherwise, go ahead and let me know, but I would never pick up Native Son again. A genre you've never read or haven't read up till now. I was thinking about it quite a bit, and something I don't read a lot of is sci-fi. I mean, I've read Frankenstein, which started the sci-fi genre, and I like Madeleine L'Engle, but in terms of classic space sci-fi, Star Wars series type books, I just haven't read any of them. I haven't read any Isaac Asimov. I don't know, I may in the future, but that is not the type of book I typically go for, even though I absolutely love sci-fi movies, love sci-fi TV shows, love old sci-fi, all of that is fantastic. But I guess I just don't pick up those kind of books. A book on your shelf that you'll probably never read. There's probably a lot of them. I sort of impulse buy books that I like at the time, but one that I bought for myself that was recommended by a lot of people that I've tried to start a couple of times. I kind of feel bad for not reading, but I just don't know if I'm ever going to get to it, is Kushiel's Dart. I know this book is fantastic. I've heard so many people whose opinions I greatly respect go on and on about how this is a fantastic series. She's a great writer. It's been on my shelf a long time and I haven't gotten to it. So it may happen someday, but I'm gonna be realistic with myself and say probably never gonna get to that one. So that's the tag. I am really late to this game, so I don't know of anyone who hasn't done it yet. If I tag anyone who hasn't done it yet, but otherwise I think I'm late to the game. So sorry about that, but I wanted to do a fun tag. If you liked this type of video, if you want me to do more tags, please leave a like and subscribe, and maybe leave a comment of what other tags I should try and do. And I'll see you again next Saturday. Bye! I'm all decked out. If you haven't seen, sorry Wonder Woman. If you haven't seen Wonder Woman yet, go out and see it. What are you doing? It's so good. Bye.